Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. I read an author a number of years ago, I can't remember her name, although I do remember she was a female, who said that we ought to go to church wearing crash helmets because the Holy Spirit might come rushing in and knock us over. That's not the usual experience in church, is it? Rather than a wild wind of the Spirit, once in a while we might get the sense of a gentle breeze. However, the message of the gospel is a fire designed to warm frozen hearts and light dark ways. Rather than wear crash helmets, at least we could come to worship with a sense of expectation, not only that God will speak, but that he will make his presence felt. For those of us in the sacramental tradition, we believe in the stupendous reality that just as in Bethlehem of Judea, when God became man as the babe in the manger, so he is really, truly and substantially present under the forms of bread and wine in Holy Communion. Every celebration of Sunday worship, the Mass, the Divine Mysteries, is an advent, both a time of expectation, but also acknowledging an arrival, the presence of the great King. That is, as we know, the original meaning of the word Advent, more than waiting, but actually the revelation of a presence. Christ has come. That is what we celebrate at Christmas. He will come again in glory, when every principality and power will bend the knee before him, and even those who pierced him and denied him. That's a major part of Advent expectation. The image of fire, not only of the tongues of flame which descended on the apostles and disciples at Pentecost, but the fire the Lord said he would cast upon the earth, is not one we usually associate with the time of Advent. But I'd suggest it's a perfect image for the time of year, for all of us who are experiencing the dark and cold as winter gathers in. Chesterton, in his usual masterly way, once wrote that anyone thinking of the Holy Child as born in December would mean by it exactly what we mean by it. That Christ is not merely a summer sun for the prosperous, but a winter fire for the unfortunate. Christ, the winter fire for the unfortunate. What a poetic and beautiful image, and richly theological. In another place, Chesterton contrasted the warmth and comfort of the fire burning in the house with the rain and the snow and the cold outside. The fire signifies not only warmth, but shelter, protection, and comfort, remembering, as I always remind you, comfort's etymology, to strengthen greatly. Christ, the winter fire, strengthens us greatly. This Advent, spend time with the winter fire of Christ, being warmed by his presence. Be in church rather than the office party, or at least don't miss whatever's on offer in the parish. Add to the fire by the warmth of a good and holy confession in time for Christmas. Throw on the logs of prayer and charity, and stoke the fire by some daily silence in the midst of the worldly frenzy. It will take some work and effort. Everything worthwhile always does. I remember as a child my duty was to bring up the coal from the cellar and fill the aga, our coal-burning stove, every morning. It was a chore. But in the evening, both the warmth and the hot food made the morning's efforts easily forgotten until the next morning. Brethren, rejoice, be perfected, be comforted, be of the same mind, be at peace, and the God of peace and love will be with you.